Yep. It's your boy, BossCowboySports. Bringing you
another one.
Man. Excited about this one. Because obviously, we getting ready to run it up. And I mean that. Because I've been keeping my ear to the streets. And I'm sensing some fear with Ezekiel Elliott. I'm sensing some fear. Some of it is justified. We go talk about it. I'm gonna definitely measure the Kool-Aid very fairly about all of the major concerns that our fans might have with bringing back Zeke. But the more and more I look at it, the more and more I'm certain that we are afraid of the Boogie Man. So I'm gonna say, don't believe the Boogie Man regarding Ezekiel Elliott. A lot of what we're concerned about is nothing but fear. There is no such thing as the Boogie Man. He don't exist. He is a fairy tale. He is not real. And I'm gonna address it today. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about all the reasons that there are a few that are not interested. So y'all sit back, kick back, relax. Your boy Boss got you. We gonna take you through all of it. Explain it, show you the evidence, and maybe we get on the same page. So y'all just sit back. I'll be right back. Boss Cowboy Sports. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I see y'all coming in. Carlos, Miss Lockhart, Nisi, Desmond, Iron Man. Yes. Keystone say yerk. Michael Lockhart, Dallas Cowboys hard hitter. D.A. Lee. He say we are in the building. Let's go. I got you today. Woo! I got you today. All right, let's go. Let's go. Woo! All right, we're going to take some calls today, too. Welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter. All right, and I'm excited to talk about this, man. Because I've been kind of, keeping my ear to the ground. Shout out to the executives that's in the building, everybody that's in the chat. We consider y'all executives. So I'm gonna get through this content, and then after I finish, we go up to open up the phone line so we can talk about this. My boy Jerez Allen say, fresh off work to some good Cowboys content, no doubt. Yeah, and this is gonna be a good one. So before I get started, I first want to talk about what we got coming up. All right, so we do have Mr. Cal Yeomans coming up tomorrow on The Final Word, Dallas Cowboys TV host and reporter. So obviously that's going to be dope. Can't wait to talk some football with him because he has some very good insight with those receivers. Then on Wednesday, we back doing another super show. This time it's going to be with Clarence Hill with the Fort Worth Star-Telegram and Cowboys Fan Talk with Rome. So obviously that's going to be extremely dope. We're excited for that. And then the week after that, just mark this on your calendars, on the 27th, we got special guest Vach Lombardi coming through to the final word with the volume. So obviously that's going to be super dope.
The final word.
The final word.
So y'all get ready for that.
Word.
The final word. Yes,
special
indeed.
guest to the final word.
Vach Lombardi.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on now. So we ain't
final
stopping.
Word.
We ain't stopping.
Special guest to the final word.
Vach Lombardi.
Yes, indeed.
Tuesday at 8 p.m.
So we ain't stopping there. On the 28th, next week, we have Scott coming in. So, man, Jesus, this is gonna be crazy. And we also have RJ Ochoa coming in from Blogging in the Bars. So we just got to lock down a date with him, but he's confirmed. We also have a confirmation with Jess from Dallas Cowboys, as well as Blogging in the Bars. So y'all already know we have a lot of football we're going to be discussing, and we still have a lot more that's on the list. So I'm excited for, this week and the weeks to come. I'm excited because, this is just some good people to have some good football discussions with. A lot of y'all been asking for this type of stuff too. Wanting us to work together, and people doing it. And I'm gonna just say this, I've just never had any problems with booking any of these people. So just letting everybody know, because I know sometimes in the streets people might say it's hard to book Vach. I've never had a trouble, never. Almost any time, even before we really knew each other. When I first wrote my book, I did a tour. It started with Big Game James, and then it went to Sky, and then it went to Law. Law was like, why don't you do a show with Vach? And I said, I don't know Vach. I don't like to force myself on people. He said, okay, I'll introduce you. And he reached out. And Vach didn't know me at the time. But Vach allowed me on this platform to talk about my first book and just talk ball. So I just never had any problems. Everybody cool when it comes down to doing content together. So sometimes it's just a matter of us reaching out to each other, having a period to where we can finally slow down, which is rare. And then we circle back around and we start doing work. So obviously I'm excited about that in this week and the weeks to come, as you're seeing more and more collabs between a lot of the best that do it, whether it's new media, established media, up and comers. It's just, however you want to label it. I just love it that we are all doing a much better job of, working together, closing the gap. All right. So anyway, I want to put that out there, and I'm going to talk about that at the end as well, because it's going to be a full house by the time I finish. So I want to say it at the beginning and also say it at the end as we continue to do what we're doing. But today's topic is dealing with the Boogie Man, right? Because the Boogie Man is at work, and a lot of us have legitimate concerns. So I'm going to first kind of go through the concerns, all right? I'm going to go through all the concerns that I've been hearing. He said, boss, can you please turn your volume up on all your videos, please? Okay. Can y'all hear me? I just want to just make sure can y'all hear me? Because y'all saying turn, because I don't think I'm looking at my sound bar. It looks good. So I don't think it's me. But Y'all let me know. Do I sound okay? I just want to make sure before I kind of get going. Okay. My boy D.A. Lee say, you loud and clear. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody else? I just want to make sure that I sound good before we get going. All right, D Block said that I'm good, so I'm finna. We finna start the race. So here we go. So these are the things and the major things that I've been hearing, and that I'm gonna address all of these because we pretty lucky that there's some answers to some of this stuff. So one of the top things that I hear in terms of a concern about Zeke returning is Zeke being a progress stopper. All right. Number two, what I hear a lot is Elliott willing to share. Then number three, what I hear is politics. Number four, what I hear is washed up. And we're going to talk about all of these. Then the fifth thing, which is not as big of a concern anymore, but you still hear it occasionally, economics. All right, so the first three are close to the same, right? So progress stopper, Elliott being willing to share, and politics, they kind of run together. And if that's your concern, that's a legitimate concern. Because I would be very disingenuous, just being real. I would be very disingenuous if I did not recognize the politics of the Dallas Cowboys, okay? Or progress stopping. Because some people see it as politics, some people see it as progress stopper. To me, that's kind of one and the same. But that's true. Especially when you look at our history, right? And especially when you look at, because a lot of people, when they say progress stopper, what you hear first is Witten, right? And Witten, I would say to a degree, was, yes, a progress stopper. I'm going to also take it a step farther and say Witten was more than a progress stopper. He was toxic. See, I know a lot of people not gonna say that because he's going to be a gold jacket guy. He's going to be a guy that deserves to be an all-time great, and he's earned it. But he was so competitive. But he was competitive to where it was truly toxic. And yes, I said it. See, because of even Stephen Jones said there has never been a tight end that was drafted while Witten was there. He said the first thing Witten would do after every draft pick, he said he would immediately go up to the front office, knock on his door, and said that was a wasted pick. And they thought it was cute. Stephen Jones, when he recalled that story, was like, and this guy, every time we get a tight end, he would come up to my office and say, you just wasted a pick. This guy is so competitive. See, that sounds good, but nah, that was a progress stopper. So people that have concerns with progress stoppers of politics, they have a legitimate case, damn it. Yeah, because it's a lot of it in our history. All right. So I want to first start with some measured Kool-Aid, keeping it all the way real. I'm not going to fake the funk just because I want Zeke back. I don't got to be fake. It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. So that's true. So another person where you can see as a progress stopper, Mr. Sean Lee. Yes, he was. And he admitted it himself. Yep. with Colin Cowherd. He did a show once he retired. And he said, and I quote, if I would have played for any other team, I would have been out the league at least 3 years earlier. That means he played longer than he supposed to have played, and he knew it. Yeah, progress stopper. Politics is real. It is real in Dallas. Don't you fool yourself. And this is something we all should keep our eyes on. Yep.
Oh, hell no.
Because, see, it was a linebacker that was playing better than him that we moved on from. Malcolm Smith was playing better than him, younger than him, also was an MVP of a Super Bowl, and we let him go to be loyal to Sean Lee. Politics. Progress stopper. Yep. And Crawford. Shit. Crawford too.
Oh, hell no.
Captain. I would definitely call him a warrior. Yeah, I would definitely say he was a dog. Played hurt, tough, would fight anybody. Like, if I was in a foxhole, I want to be in there with Crawford. But Crawford was paid a lot and never really lived up to his contract. But he was loved. He was loved. Progress stopper. Maybe not progress stopper, but you could, if you put politics by his name, I would agree. Absolutely. But with Zeke, it's different. I'm gonna prove it. With Zeke, it's different. Okay? Because this is the key, and we go to this interview, because if I didn't have this interview, if I didn't see Zeke sit down and have this discussion, I would be just like everybody else, because we should be afraid of the Boogie Man. I would. Oh my God. Yeah. Amp, let's pause right there. My boy Amp say, how about the current one, LVE? Yeah, we can keep going. Armstrong too. Like, Armstrong shouldn't have had more reps than Fowler. Nope. LVE, Armstrong. I would say Anthony Brown for a while too. Yeah. So no. Yeah. It's politics is, and progress stopping and players not willing to share. That goes all through our organization. Yeah. So, but this is why I don't believe it's the case with Zeke, right? It's because I heard this interview, okay? And in this interview, they basically laid out some key things of what they think. And I'm so glad I heard it.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
I'm so glad that they said it all, because if they ain't say it, I would be afraid. I ain't gonna lie. Based on the history of our organization, I'm so glad that they sat down together and they said it all.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
Because it was the key. So we go through this interview and we go break it all the way down. And when we break it down, we go really learn that there's no boogeyman. In this case, that we dealing with the right room. Hear me out. We dealing with the right room. We dealing with guys who got the right perspective. This is not Sean Lee. This is not Crawford. This is not progress stopping like Witten. This is not. And I'm going to prove it. Because what it comes down to is what they think about each other, right? How do they treat each other? Right, my boy say new button alert. Yeah, I got a new button. Yeah, I'm finna break out this new button. Y'all gonna like this one. Yeah. Hold on, here it is.
Here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about. Here's what they think about. Here's what they think about.
When I was in London, they weren't no good with our fucking eyes.
Here's what they think about. Here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about. Here's what they think about. Here's what they think about.
Here's what they think about you. Hold on real quick. Woo! We got us a super chat. He's a B-Rob say, the man Jason Witten was a Kellen Moore double reverse play call after a 40-yard run. Straight progress stopper. Exactly. Straight up. Straight up. But see, listen, I want y'all to hear this. I'm gonna play this one more time because I want y'all to really get into the zone with me because they talked a lot, and we gonna break this down of why we shouldn't be concerned with a lot of the concerns. We gonna start with the first three. We gonna talk about the washed up in the economics. But here we go. First, one more time. I gotta drop this. I gotta drop this.
Oh yeah. Here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about. Here's what they think about. Here's what they think about.
When I was in London, they weren't no good with our fucking eyes.
Here's what they think about. Here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about. 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 Oh yeah. Here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about you.
Here's what they think about you. So we getting ready to break down what they think about each other. All right. Here's what they think about each other. Here's what they think about each other. I'm gonna say that again because this is important. Because if we can see that there's no Boogie Man, then we go all come together about this idea. So here we go. Let's play it coming from Michael Smith. Here we go. Playing the interview now. Listen.
Tony, Zeke, so I understand this is your first interview together, right? Mm-hmm. So let's make it a good one. Let's have some fun with this, all right?
Mm-hmm.
Who wants to go first? Who wants to start?
I go first.
You go first, all right. Let's start to go first. What do you appreciate most?
Real quick. So we go break this whole thing down. So first thing first, from this interview, the first thing that maybe should give everybody pause is the fact that he said starters go first, right? So in this clip, Zeke was viewed as a starter. So anybody concerned, Mickey said that was a long drop for no reason. No, it was for a reason. It was for a reason. You funny, Mickey. But here we go.
Ball carrier.
What I say I appreciate most about Tony, the ball carrier, just how he hit it. Man, he just sometimes get the ball, he shoot out there like a rocket. Got the vision. He'll set his runs up, but I mean, not only does he have that breakaway speed and that acceleration, but he runs physical too.
Tony, what do you appreciate most about Zeke as a ball carrier?
Well, I would say what I appreciate most about Zeke as a ball carrier, the toughness that he plays with, how physical he is running the ball, and just the understanding that he has for the game and, blocking schemes and all that.
What do you?
See, now it's finna get good because he go ask a key question. Michael is gonna ask, this is a very important question. He gonna say, what do you appreciate about Zeke as an overall player? Here we go.
What do you like most about Zeke as an overall football player?
He's selfless.
Huh? What was the answer? What did he say? What was the overall thought that he had about Zeke as a player? He called him what? I want to make sure y'all heard that right. What did y'all hear?
About Zeke as a ball carrier, the toughness that he plays.
He said first, let me play it again.
Oh, he shoot out there like a rocket. Got the vision. He'll set his runs up, but I mean, not only does he have that breakaway speed and that acceleration, but he runs physical too.
Tony, what do you appreciate most about Zeke as a ball carrier?
Well, I would say what I appreciate most about Zeke as a ball carrier, the toughness that he plays with, how physical he is running the ball, and just the understanding that he has for the game and, blocking schemes and all that.
What do you like most about Zeke as an overall football player?
He's selfless.
What about Tony?
One word, he's selfless. Let's keep listening.
What's your favorite aspect of Tony as a football player?
I'll just say his versatility, because I mean I think a lot of people see Tony, they just see the 60-yard runs, they see the big explosive plays, but I don't think he get enough credit just for his blocking ability, his physical nature, and I mean not only he's not just running about as defenders, they feeling him too.
Notice something. When Pollard talked about the overall greatness of Zeke, he talked about his character. When Zeke talked about Pollard, he talked about his game. I'm gonna say that again. When Pollard was describing Zeke and his overall greatness, he didn't talk about the physical stuff. He said his character is selfless. When Zeke talked about Pollard, he said his versatility, Pollard's toughness, that he's more than just an explosive runner. So I just want to kind of point to that, because we're going to build on that case and show that it's the Boogie Man. So here we go.
Yeah. Tony says Zeke is selfless. How so?
I mean, the way he just goes about everything. I mean,
he's selfless on how he goes about everything.
The mindset that he comes in with every day is team first.
His mind state is team first every day.
The way he puts his body on the line, pass protecting for the quarterback, you know, picking up guys that, you know.
My boy, this is a good question. See, I like this because y'all pushbacks are good, and I do welcome pushbacks. I had no problem with this. He said, but boss, you surprised at what a teammate is going to say about another teammate on a double interview? No. But see, when we listen to this interview, you gonna hear this about Zeke from other people that's not in this interview. Like Zach Martin. Yeah, you gonna hear like Malik Davis. So it's others, but that's a good question, right? But I don't think Pollard was jiving on that. I really don't. I think he was very sincere, and it's gonna come out in his interview. That's why I played that long drop, because it's important what they think about each other.
Here's what they think about. Here's what they think about.
When they was in London, they might not go without fucking ice.
Yeah. Here's what they think about you. I'm so glad they said it all. I'm for real.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
I'm glad, because I'm going to show, and I'm going to break this whole thing down to where you can see. We scared. Like progress stopper? Nah. No, that's not Zeke, y'all. But let me keep going. Let me keep playing it. Here we go.
You know, it's not even his guy to pick up. You know, just doing everything for the team, you know, putting himself on the background.
Zeke, what does it mean to you to hear Tony say that about you?
I mean, I really appreciate that. You know, it really means a lot. You know, and that's just how I like to approach this game. You know, this game football, it takes 11 of us to make it go, and really more than that, 52 in the league. And I mean, we all got to do our job, no matter what that job is. And you can't be too big for any role. You can't be
too big for any role.
You know what I mean? You can't be too good to play any role. If you're really about the team, you'll do anything and everything it takes to go out there and help your team win the ball game.
If you're really about the team, you'll do anything and everything to help your team win.
So everybody knows your trademark celebration, you know, Feed Zeke, your big play celebration. How did you get to a point where you were comfortable sharing?
Damn good question. Because see, that's a concern. That's the number one concern that I hear. Progress stopper. And so he's saying, how did you get to this point? How did you get to the point where you was comfortable sharing? Because I'm gonna be honest. Well, let me let him talk. Here we go.
I mean, honestly, like, just TP, his ability is, I mean, it speaks for itself.
Sound like he giving TP a lot of credit. He said, so first he asked him, how did you get comfortable sharing? Well, his first answer was, which speaks to the health of their relationship. He said, my teammate earned it. Does that sound like somebody that's like Witten? Because see, when Witten was playing, Witten was still getting 99% of reps. 99! He never left the field, ever. 99. But Zeke is different. They say, Zeke, what made you come around and become comfortable with sharing? He said, my teammate earned it. It was how Pollard is playing. That is not toxic, y'all. I'm sorry. That is not somebody that is looking to stop the progress, and it's coming from him. Listen.
I mean, you see, he's definitely, one of the best football players on his team, and you got to have your best football players on the team, on the field. And so, I mean, I just truly believe that, our team is better, our offense is better, when he's getting his touches. He's got to touch that football just because he's so explosive. He can do so much with the ball. You got to put it in his hands.
Was there ever?
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all set it off.
One more time.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all set it off.
And then let's keep going.
A point where you had to convince yourself that was the best thing? I mean, you're a two-time rushing champion, a guy that's used to getting most of the carries. Was there ever a point where you had to come around to that way of thinking, or that was just natural for you?
Ooh, fire question. All right, so we will test, right? We will test.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
See, the question is if Zeke is saying what he's saying because Pollard sitting next to him, then he gonna say from this question, no, I always knew that I needed to share because I'm a good teammate. Let's see if he keep it real and pass the test or not. Because the question was there ever a point that you had to convince yourself that sharing was the best? Here we go.
I say it definitely was a point where I had to come around to it.
So Zeke, you had to come around to that, right? So he admitting it was a time I was not for sharing the load. And we remember when that time was. It was 2021 when he first hurt his knee. But listen.
I'd probably really say last year. Last year I had to really come around to it, and cause I just was trained mentally like, okay, you gotta be in there. Like really, I was playing 90% of the plays before TP got here. 90% of the plays, I'm coming out for a couple plays, catching my breath, they rush me back in. So it just had to be a mentality switch, and it was a little hard at first. It definitely was a little hard at first, but but at the end of the day, what's important? What's important is the team, winning football games, and you just gotta trust the process.
So he admitted it was a time that he did struggle with it, and that's the times that we're afraid of. Yeah. So if you saying you saw in 2021 Zeke not wanting to get off the field, you was right. He admitted it. You was right. So for people that fear progress stopping or Elliott willing to share, or politics, those first three concerns, you have a reason because you saw it with your own eyes and he admitted it. But see, the thing that we got to come around to is that he changed. In 2022, he changed. He took less snaps willingly. And he said it was a switch. He said you had to come around to it. A mentality switch. He called it in mentality. He changed his mentality. Did we change? Because see, he's saying he changed. The snap saying he changed. He willing to share. But do we treat Zeke like 2021 and not recognize the change that he made from 2022?
You know, I'm coming out for a couple plays, catching my breath. They rush me back in. So it just had to be a mentality switch. And it was a little hard at first. It definitely was a little hard at first, but at the end of the day, what's important? What's important is the team, winning football games and you just gotta trust the process.
And what's that process been like for you, Tony, given your ability, given what you're able to do to share with Zeke?
Just staying within myself, not worrying about too much, that I can't control. And, just making sure whenever my number's called, that I'm ready for more opportunities and making sure that, they have the confidence to call my number one.
How do y'all feed off each other, Tony?
It's the energy. Like, if you see one person go out there, make a play, get a big run, sideline feeds off of that. Running back, we're feeding off of that. We're on the sideline talking, if he gets in and gets the touchdown, I'm on the sideline waiting for him to get back. So, it's just the team mentality. Everybody eats.
How do y'all feed off each other, Zeke?
Like he said, he go out there and ball, and that make me want to go out there and ball. Honestly, my favorite part, we've kind of gotten to it a couple of times this year. I think the main one that kind of comes out to me is the Rams game, man. And we were running the ball, at will. It would be like me for 3 plays, it might be 2-3 runs in a row, then TP coming right in, 2-3 runs in a row, and we just gashing them, man. And that just, that just.
Listen to the boy, Zeke. I love you, Zeke. Or what he getting ready to say. Listen to this. Listen.
You can feel the energy being taken out of the defense when you're doing that to him.
Ooh. See, that's the part that people miss about Zeke and Pollard together. Them boys together will take the soul out of a defense. Let me add one more person to that equation too. Terrence Steele. Woo! When you add Pollard, now I gotta add one more to that too. Zach Martin. When you add Pollard, Zeke, Steele, and Zach Martin, those 4 would take your whole damn soul.
Oh, hell no.
Ooh, and I remember that game. Ooh, Pollard and Zeke went crazy. But you gotta listen though, because Zeke gonna let out a nugget that I guarantee most people miss. Watch this.
And just kind of experiencing that, we want to get back to that, as much as we can this year.
Wait! Whoa! We want to get what to that? Did y'all hear what I just heard? Did y'all wait? He say we want to get back to that. Who is it? Who controlled whether they went back to that or not? Anybody want to take a guess? And this was what they was saying, because see, some people used to jump on my Twitter and say, but boss, I see you're getting on Kellen Moore. But have you looked at our balance, boss? Have you looked, boss? Yeah, I looked. And I know that we not running the ball even as much as we should have been still running it more. We still should have been running it more. It was times we abandoned it. And Zeke just told y'all to y'all face that he wanted somebody named Kellen Moore to go back to those days. Oh, see. Oh, okay. Oh, cause yeah, did I just hear that? Cause I heard that. Yeah, and he said that last year when a whole lot of people was saying, oh, boss, your words for nothing, boss. Oh, we're good. You're just being a conspiracy theorist. You just heard it out of Zeke's mouth himself. He wanted us to get back to that. That's what he said. I ain't making it up. He said it. I'm gonna rewind it. You know me, damn it.
You can feel the energy being taken out of the defense when you're doing that to them, and just kind of experiencing that. You know, we want to get back to that, you know, as much as we can this year. I mean, just that physical nature. I mean, that's tough on those defenses when you got a fresh back in all the time, and not only a fresh back, but a fresh, you know, elite back. And so, yeah.
And what's that balance, Zeke? Because, you know, going back to the feed, Zeke, it's like there's always the school of thought where a running back needs carries to get in rhythm. But then on the other hand, you're fresh. So what's that balance there with being in rhythm but also being fresh?
Great question.
I think, I mean, yeah, you can get into a rhythm by, you know, getting more and more touches. But, I mean, in this situation, we both got to touch it. You know, it's not going to be, you know, me getting that bit 20, or it's not going to be.
You're comfortable.
Everyone,
rhythm.
Hold on.
But then on the other hand, you're fresh. What's that balance there with being in rhythm but also being fresh?
Getting that beat.
I think, I mean, yeah, you can get into a rhythm by, you know, getting more and more touches. But, I mean, in this situation, we both got to touch it. You know, it's not going to be, you know, me getting that bit 20, or it's not going to be.
You're comfortable. We're not taking that out. Don't worry.
Hey, that boy Zeke kept it real. That boy said me getting that bit.
It's not gonna be me getting the rock, you know, 25, 30 times a game. You know, it's gonna be, hopefully it's 20 touches, and you know, we're leaning on that defense, and honestly, you know, this season, I mean, the season's only getting longer.
Wait, see, now y'all gotta pay attention. If you ain't paid attention all show, this is where you gotta listen to the wisdom of Zeke. This is where you gotta really listen to the wisdom of what Zeke getting ready to say. Listen.
Defense and honestly, you know, this season, I mean, the season's only getting longer. We added a new game last year, and I'm not gonna lie, you know, in the past, you know, I've made it through the regular season, but by the time playoffs come around, you know, that body hurting. You know, it's really hurting. And when you start thinking about longevity, you know, your career's longevity, and just being fresh towards the end of the season, it makes more sense. You know, this way makes more sense.
He say this way makes more sense. And he was talking about because the season is longer. He was saying being what I used to be don't make sense no more. Where I used to be the guy that used to give me all the carries, give me 90%, give it to me. No. See, and this is the part that I'm gonna tell y'all that Pollard doesn't know nothing about yet. I want y'all to hear me out on this. If you ain't been listening, tune in now. Mickey said with his super chat, she said Zeke mentioned the running game in all his locker room interviews. Exactly. But see, this is what I'm getting ready to say that a lot of people are not gonna be ready for, Mickey. Zeke is talking from an experience that Pollard has yet to go through. I'm going to say that again. He's speaking on an experience that Pollard has yet to go through. Because see, Zeke, day one, when he came in the door, all the carries was pretty much given to him. So he knows years of playing as the RB1 hurts greatly in December. And he talking from experience. And Pollard doesn't know what that's like yet. Pollard is the new RB1. So Zeke is saying, bro, I'd rather do it this way where I'm sharing with other guys. Because I know from experience that in December, it hurts, dog. And that's what we have to be careful when we have all this ambition for Pollard. Because yes, we should believe in Pollard. We should. He's earned it. Zeke said that he's earned it. It's true. It's true. He's earned it. But we can't ignore the physicality that Zeke just spoke of from experience. That's why, goddamn, I'm glad they said it all in this interview, but we gotta pay attention.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
You gotta pay attention, because if you really listen to what they saying about each other,
what they think about you. Here's 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 what they think about you. Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
I'm so glad they said it all, but are we paying attention? Patrice says, Zeke knew. Speak, boss. Yeah. And see, that's the type of stuff, Patrice, that go over people's head. That's why sometimes you got to slow these interviews down. And like, wait, what did he just say? He was like, yeah, from experience, I know. I'd rather share the load. All that feed. Do y'all see Zeke doing this anymore? Zeke don't be saying feed me. Zeke be like, give me a rest. Give me a rest. Give me a rest. See, that's why I'm saying it's a boogeyman. It's a boogeyman. If you go listen to what they saying, if you really listen.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
We are scared for nothing. We are afraid for nothing. But let's keep going. Because this is interesting. This is just as interesting stuff. When we listen to them talk about each other, it's a lot that comes out. A lot. And you just got to slow these interviews down and really break them down to put all the tea leaves together. Here we go.
Makes more sense for us to, split that load and tear them defenses up together.
So he's extending your career.
Yes, sir.
And what's
Zeke said he extended my career.
he done for your career, Tony?
Same way, vice versa.
Pollard say it worked for me too. You extended my career.
Now, you guys are running the same plays though. So like, can you explain, Tony, how y'all balance keeps defenses always balanced when y'all are running the same plays?
Yeah, I mean, we're running the same plays, but we're two completely different players. We have two different play styles. So I may run the same play one way, completely different, and he may run the same play another way that's completely different. And the defense, they have to feel for that. They have to, kind of anticipate what this runner likes to do when he's in the game, and a new runner come in, you have to find, what this runner likes to do. So it just keeps the defense on their toes and guessing.
Why do they understand that they have two different styles, but we don't? I'm gonna ask that question again. Why do they understand that they have two different styles, but we don't get that? Why don't we get that as Cowboy Nation? Why do we want Zeke to be the home run speed that he used to be when he might not have that no more? Why would we want Pollard to be the power runner that Zeke is? Why can't they just feed off each other? Why do they get that, but we don't?
Speaking of guests, let me see how well y'all know each other. Zeke, what is Tony's favorite play to run? What's the name of his favorite play?
We like the same plays.
What's your favorite play?
Favorite play right now, smack. So it's just like an inside zone. We get our shoulder square. Shoot, we
just did this before we got off the field at practice. We were just talking about this.
Smack, y'all just.
So smack, it's called smack. It's just an inside zone. just get our shoulders square and we got option running. It's not.
Also listen to Zeke's intelligence, man. Listen. Just listen to him break down the game.
We can hit it literally front side all the way. We could bring it all the way back. So it just give us options and give us the ability to, set the linebackers up and put them where we want to put them on their blockers, and then we could. They really can never be right.
You're really picking your poison.
Yeah. When you were down for a couple of games, what was it like for you watching Tony shine?
What was it like to watch Tony shine?
Man, it felt good. It felt good to see him get his opportunity, not only get his opportunity, but to take full advantage of it. Because, those couple games that Tony had while I was out, spectacular. I think he went over 100 every time. 150 one of them.
Look how Zeke talking about him. Do that sound like a toxic locker room? Look how he praising Pollard. He telling Pollard his stats. He went over 100 on all of them, about 4 touchdowns. On one of them, he went for 150. That sounds like somebody proud of his teammate. That don't sound like somebody trying to stop his progress to me. I'm just being honest. Zeke comes across truly as a team first guy. Not no Witten. Not no Crawford. No. Zeke, he coming across team first. I see him pushing up Pollard.
Yeah. About 3-4 touchdowns. Just for him to go out there and do his thing, it felt good.
Would you have felt a different pressure in the
Hold on real quick. My boss said what else he's supposed to say. Well, I'll put it like this. He could have said what Stephen Jones said Witten says. See, y'all act like everybody be up their line. No. No, Stephen Jones said in front of Witten. Yeah, Witten comes to my office every time we even draft a tight end, and the first thing he says is that you just wasted that draft pick. He could have did that. Yeah, he could have did that. Yeah, but he didn't. Yeah, so when somebody is doing the right things, saying the right things, I'm not gonna always assume that they just doing it for TV. Especially when Pollard said the top attribute of Zeke is he's selfless. They asked him in the very first part of the interview, what's the number one thing about Zeke that you admire? He said he's selfless. He didn't say he run hard, he's physical. He said he is selfless. He is truly team first. So if he was kissing up to Zeke, selfless wouldn't have been the word. If Zeke was trying to hold him back, selfless wouldn't have been the word. It would have been something else. But if y'all believe this for TV, cool. And man, I can't stop you from believing what you believe. But let's keep going.
Yes, in terms of getting back, but for Tony's emergence.
I think it definitely helped me not rush it back just because I knew that that we were in good hands. Yeah. I knew just the type of player Tony is, and this is the type of room we got. It's just not just us two. It's our whole room. We all have a very good relationship, and we're gonna do everything we need to do to help each other succeed. And when one person in the unit has success, we all have success.
And how did Zeke support you when it was your turn to carry the load?
So, and I understand we have people that's concerned about Zeke being a progress stopper. And so what's going on right now with the executives, and I understand this, and I'm not tripping at this. Everybody is trying to make sure that there's no wee-woo going on in this interview, okay? So he just asked Pollard, how did Zeke support you when it was your time to carry the load when he was on the bench? Let's listen.
How did he support you when he was injured?
Just always being there, in my ear, giving me little pointers, watching the defense while I'm out there on the field, coming to the sideline, being locked in. It wasn't like, we're at the game and he's just there, but just at the game, but like he was there like a coach, like the headset, you know, he's listening to the plays, looking at the defense, you know, giving me suggestions. So it was just, you know, big having him, you know, in my corner, even when he wasn't on the field.
So was Pollard lying? Was he just making that up for TV? All the stuff he just said Zeke was doing for him, was he making that up? Huh? See, that's why I'm happy they said it all. For real.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
Because it's obviously a lot of us it's hard for us to believe that there are people that really are not selfish. He said that when it was his turn to carry the load, Zeke had the headset on like a coach, was reading the defense to give him pointers. He said he didn't do like others do who would just be there but won't give no feedback. He said he always was giving me feedback. Does that sound like somebody that's a progress stopper to you? Or is that the Boogie Man talking to you? Or do some of y'all listen to demons at night? To where even when they telling you themselves what it's like being in their locker room, what this group is like? Because I already told the truth that if you concerned about progress stoppers, Elliott willing to take less, or politics, I already agree that you should be concerned about that. You should, with our history. When you see Sean Lee say, I should have been out the league. When you see Witten come back and he 88 years old, getting 99% of snaps, not sharing with a damn soul. His old behind really felt like he needed all them reps. And you owed it in dirt. Crawford, we saw it. But this time we hearing something totally different from both of them, and they said it all.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
But we don't believe you? Let's keep going.
As a matter of fact, Malik Davis was telling me a few minutes ago that sometimes...
Wait. Who? Malik Davis. So Michael Smith, you talked to Malik Davis? You did? What did Malik Davis say? I'm curious.
He's listening to the plays, looking at the defense, you know, giving me suggestions. So it was just, you know, big having him, you know, in my corner, even when he wasn't on the field.
As a matter of fact, Malik Davis was telling me a few minutes ago that sometimes if Zeke makes a mistake in practice, he may not want to say nothing, but he'll tell you to say something to Zeke. But you guys are real good about critiquing each other.
Boy, y'all better listen to the character of that running back room. Malik say, when I see, does that sound like a toxic environment? Think about it. Okay, I played football, Division I. I didn't know how to read a 3-step till my junior year, okay? So let me explain something. A 3-step is where you reading the quarterback drop, right? Where you able to anticipate what route is coming based on a drop. Now, my roommate, my teammate, he came into University of Houston knowing how to read a 3-step. And we was watching film because he got a pick and he ran it to the house, right? And I saw it and it was odd. I say, bro, you broke on that before the receiver came out. Before the receiver ran his out. I said, how you do that? You think he told me? I'm asking you a straight up question. Do you think he told me?
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
He lied to me in my face. Now I'm the cornerback across from him. He could have made the team better by giving me a tip on how to read the 3-step. He did not tell me. You know why? Because he looked at me as competition. My own damn teammate that I played across from. So when I hear Malik Davis say, when I see Zeke mess up, I go tell Pollard so Zeke can correct it. It sound like that room, that whole room sound like to me, and I'm telling y'all this from experience, that whole room is unselfish. That whole room want to win. It ain't just Zeke. It ain't just Pollard. It's all them boys. That's why I say it's the Boogie Man. Now, if you're afraid of Witten coming back and being a progress stopper, okay, I'm with you on that. But listening to how them boys are doing with each other, we are afraid of the damn Boogie Man. And I'm being honest. To the point, we looking at Zeke like Witten, and Zeke is not Witten. Malik Davis is not Witten. Because you know what a normal competitive running back would do? He would say nothing, and he would let Zeke mess up so he could take his job. I'm going to say that again, because y'all think I'm telling you the truth. I've experienced this in competition with my own teammates. With my own teammate. I'm telling you how disgusting my teammate was. He could have told me early, hey boss, this is how you get a read on a quarterback to where you can make big plays. But because I was cold, what he wanted to do was keep every little advantage that he could over me. So he didn't tell me how to read 3-step. But guess what? We hired his coach. His coach was, the University of Houston hired my teammate's coach. And he taught us how to read 3-step. And that's when I put 2 and 2 together that my roommate, because he was my roommate, could have helped me, which would have helped the team, but he wanted to shine over me versus give me a tip to help the team. And this was in college. This was not for money. This was not for, now, if my roommate was that shady and we wasn't dealing with thousands and millions, how much shadier does it get when y'all battling over $1 million contracts? And even with the battle of contracts, they still help each other. What are we afraid of? I'm for real. I'm dead ass serious. Like, well, why are we afraid? Because I see a lot of character in that running back room. I'm just being honest. And I'm talking about, and this character stems from Zeke.
Yeah.
Can you kind of take me inside that process, how you guys coach each other?
I mean, everybody out there, you're trying to be the best player that we can be. And that's not possible if you won't let guys critique you and tell you when you're wrong. And, if you're not willing to, put your pride to the side. And
my boy said he must have hated your guts. Now, he was just for himself. See, this is a good question. Now, there's always, I want to tell y'all something. There's always a pull with all of these guys with a desire to look out for themselves and the team. It had nothing to do with hate. What it really meant is that he respected my skill. That's what it really meant. And he didn't want to give me no edge. That's what it was. Because he wanted to maintain his edge. It had to do with survival of the fittest and capitalism and competition. Nothing to do with hate. Everything to do with selfishness on a team. I'm being honest.
And listen to, oh, I did this wrong. Oh, I should have did this, or I could have did that. So that's just a part of, you know, just being team first and just, you know, just doing everything to win.
And Zeke, what have you learned from Tony? You're a veteran and you're still learning from a younger guy. Oh, he's a veteran too, but you're a little older, you're still learning from Tony. What have you learned from Tony?
Shoot, I mean, probably the biggest thing is, you know, you don't necessarily gotta get in that rhythm to go out there and get your plays. Like what really like Tony, like up until this year, he had, you know, only every year has been growing. His touches have grown, but you know, at the beginning, you know, he's got to take advantage of, you know, the reps that he's getting, and every time he's getting there, he's doing something spectacular. Every time he's getting there, he's making explosive plays, and I mean that's how he's earned the role to even get more touches. That's how he's gotten more touches, because you know, every time you put him out there, he goes out there and does something spectacular.
Look what he said he learned from Pollard. Look at all that respect and love he gave Pollard. He say, they learning from you. What if you learn from him? He said, shit, I learned that, man. It don't take a bunch of reps to get going. I learned that from Pollard. That's respect, y'all. That's respect for each other.
What does it mean to you when Zach Martin says stuff like, you know?
Hold on. I'm going to rewind this because I want y'all to realize who said this about Zeke, okay? Let me rewind this.
Every time we get him, he's making explosive plays, and I mean, that's how he's earned the role to even get more touches. That's how he's gotten more touches, because you know, every time you put him out there, he goes out there and does something spectacular.
What does it mean to you when Zach Martin says stuff like, you know, Zeke embodies the identity of this team?
Can we slow down on that real quick? Because see, some things you shouldn't speed through. Let's slow down on what he just said. Zach Martin, when referring to Zeke, said that Zeke embodies the identity of the team. I'm going to say that again. Zach Martin said Zeke embodies the identity of the team. No. See, not the offense, not the defense, the team. Zach Martin said that about Zeke. Let's just digest and think about that. Zach Martin said that about Zeke, and we don't want Zeke even on the team. Wait. What? Yes. It's a lot of us don't even want Zeke on the team. And Zach Martin said Zeke embodied the identity of the team. Hold on, bro. Wait. Whoa. Let's listen to Zeke answer.
I mean, it feels good. You know, it feels good, but I mean, it's just what this game is about. Said it earlier. Take 11 of us, 11 us at a time. You know, I can't go out there and do it by myself. TP can't go out there doing it by himself. Zach can't. Dak can't. You know, it takes all of us, and I just feel like, you know, as a leader, you gotta lead by example. You can't go ask someone else to go out there and do the dirty work if you're not gonna go out there and do it yourself. And so, you know, I think, you know, every time I'm stepping out there to, you know, help the team win and also show my teammates that I'm willing to do anything to help us win this football game.
You willing to do anything?
Game, and I just want you guys to, you know, empty the bucket the same way.
So let me just explain what just happened for those who thinking he doing this for TV. For those who just think he talking nice because Pollard's sitting there. He had the perfect opportunity to brag on himself. Michael gave him the best layup and alley-oop that you could ever receive. He gave him the full right to fully brag all on you. He said, Zach Martin said that you, not Pollard, you embody the identity of the team. And you know what Zeke said in return? He said, it's like I said earlier. It's not one man. It's all of us. And it takes 11 of us. And I'm willing to do anything to help this team win. Why in the world? He had a national stage. NBC. And he turned it down to talk about the team. I don't think Pollard was lying at all when they asked him early in the interview, what's the number one thing about Zeke? He said selfless. Wasn't that the most selfless answer you go hear in your life? He put Zach Martin as the quote. All he had to do was say, yeah, I do my best. Yeah, I try to put it all on my back. I'm a sacrifice. I'm willing to die for my teammates. He ain't say none of that. He said, nah, I like it. It sound cool. It make me feel good. But nah, it take all of us. And he say, I'm willing to do anything to help this team win. We've seen him do it. Do y'all remember Kellen Moore, goofy ass, putting him at fullback? And Zeke did it. And led block for Pollard. And laid a good block because he was unselfish. That's what I'm telling y'all, man. This is the Boogie Man. The things that we're afraid of not bringing him back, is us and our imagination based on real fears. See, it's a real fear to fear progress stopping because we've seen it. But we got to make sure that we are actually seeing it here. Because if we run off Zeke and we wasn't seeing it, we basically got played based on the sins of the past. And the Boogie Man done came back and got us. That's why I love this interview, because without this interview, without them saying it all,
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
all of us would have been afraid. But if I go listen to them talk where they said it all,
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
I ain't afraid of Zeke coming back. I see too much character, not just in him, but in that whole room. It's about, can that room handle him back? I see the foundation of a room that could handle him back, and I see a mentality of unselfishness that's good for the team.
Tony, do y'all listen at all to the outside, the discussion about who should start, who should play more?
I mean, you hear it, but you have to do a good job of just, blocking that out and just being professional, because, playing for the Cowboys, that comes with it 100%. Like, the media is a big part of being a Dallas Cowboy. Every day you're going to be talked about on SportsCenter, things like that. So it's expected. You kind of expect, like, for people to have your name just ringing around, but you have to know how to block it out and just come in and just get your job done.
And we talked about your star turn, and then Zeke comes back last week and he takes the lead role with, over 90 yards. What did it mean for the team to see Zeke come back the way that he did against the Giants?
It was big. It was showing, that, he still has it. He came back looking fresh. showed that, you know, he's ready to go out there and compete. And it wasn't like he was coming back, you know, timid or, you know, just babysitting his injury. Like, he came back and was, you know, had a good game out there.
And Jerry Jones said this team's offense goes as you go.
So Mike just gave Zeke another layup. Michael Smith said, Jerry Jones said, this team goes as you go, Zeke. He gave him another opportunity to brag on himself. This is free room. Have at it. Go for it. Brag. Go ahead. Because your boss said this. Let's see what Zeke said in return.
You feel that?
You know, I think this offense gonna go as the run game go.
Whoa! So you had another chance to brag on you, and you shifted credit to the room. Am I tripping on what just happened there? Am I losing my mind, or did I just hear and see that happen? Let's rewind it in case somebody missed it. He gave him a clear chance to brag on himself. Listen.
Know how to block it out and just come in and just get your job done.
And we talked about your star turn, and then Zeke comes back last week and he takes the lead role with, you know, over 90 yards. What did it mean for the team to see Zeke come back the way that he did against the Giants?
Okay.
I mean, it was big. You know, it was showing, you know, that, you know, he still has it. You know, he came back looking fresh. Showed that, you know, he's ready to go out there and compete. And it wasn't like he was coming back, you know, timid or, you know, just babysitting his injury. Like, he came back and was, you know, had a good game out there.
And Jerry Jones said this team's offense goes as you go. Do you
lay up? My boy say, why would he brag? Because he trying to get paid. That's why you brag. See, see, some of y'all, I don't get it. So does Aaron Rodgers, when he get a chance, does he brag on himself? Huh? See. Let me keep going.
You feel that?
You know, I think this offense gonna go as the run game go. You know, it might not be me, it might be Tony. You know, it might be, shoot, if I'm down or Tony down, it might be Malik. You know, I think the offense is gonna go through the run game. Because when you look at the defense we got and just
listen as Zeke talk team ball. Listen. Some of y'all, I know y'all want to believe the worst. I can see it. It's okay. Some of y'all just want to believe the worst. Y'all just want to believe that Zeke is some kind of way shady. That he's behind the scenes he's pulling Jason Witten. Going up to Jerry office like, hey, you just wasted a draft pick. No, you don't get that with Zeke. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all from them. Listen, listen to him though. Listen.
I think the offense is gonna go through the run game. Because when you look at the defense we got and just that D line we got is so deep. I mean, really, all we gotta do is keep them fresh. You know what I mean? We gotta get a couple.
Oh my God. See, I'm gonna tell you why I'm mad. Because see, Zeke had the common sense that we wanted Kelly Moore to have. See, what Zeke just said there is, listen, he said, really? All I want to do is keep my D fresh. Because them boys play elite when they fresh. How long have I been saying that on this channel? How long have I been saying that? The stats bear that out too. Guess who allowed the least amount of first quarter points? The Cowboys. Based on what Zeke was saying. Why did Cooper Rush go 4-1? Because under Cooper Rush, we was running the ball. And that defense didn't allow not one team to get over 20 points. The only time a defense got over 20 points is when Goofy, Kellen Moore, Goofy self went out there with Cooper Rush and decided to throw the ball 38 times. That's the only time when Goofy. Let me hit my button. I got a button for this dude. I'm still mad at him, man. Some of y'all done forgave him. I have not. This dude was goofy. Goofy as hell. Goofy! And I still get sick thinking about that dude. It just pisses me all the way off. I mean that. Because Zeke got more common sense than the offensive coordinator. Goofy ass. Y'all forgive me for cursing. Just goofy. Goofy. How does Zeke get it and you don't get it? How does Zeke go out there and say, listen, what we really should, the reason why we should be running the ball is not because of me, not because of Pollard, not because of play action. We should be running the ball because of the D. So do y'all still believe Zeke's selfish? Or do y'all still believe in the Boogie Man after how much proof you need?
God damn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
I mean, they said it all.
First downs here and there. You know, we got to score in the red zone. We got to capitalize off the turnovers that they making. But we got to keep them fresh. You know, keep them off the field as much as we can. And I mean, I just don't see a lot of teams scoring that many points on us.
Yeah. Man, listen, y'all. Zeke, Pollard was not lying when he said in the beginning. He was not lying. When he said, what's the number one thing about Zeke? He said selfless. If you can't see this from just listening to him, all these times he had plenty of chances to brag. And he talked about, this is who he is, y'all. This is not no front. That's why Pollard said it first without hesitation. He said, what's the number one attribute about Zeke? He said he's selfless. He said it fast. He didn't think about it. You know how we do. When it's something we got to think about. What's the number one attribute about the OC? What's the number one attribute about Big Game James? What's the number one attribute about Law Nation? Most of us gotta think. He didn't think at all. Did he? Y'all saw it. You heard it. And he's showing it all through this interview. He brought up Zach Martin praising him. He was like, it take 11. I appreciate that, but he talked about his boss, Jerry Jones, the ultimate owner, said this team goes as you go. And he said, nope, it goes as the running game goes. He corrected his boss. Oh, boss, what else would he say? What else, boss? Just go ahead and say you just hate Zeke, goddammit. Like, cause some of this y'all showing yourself. Like, when somebody is showing evidence against some of the points and your fears, and you still pushing back, y'all ain't no different than Stephen Jones. Y'all want to be right. I don't want to hear some of y'all ever talk about Stephen having an ego, because some of y'all ego is worse. And I mean that. Some of y'all ego is worse. We showing you clip after clip after clip of Zeke being unselfish, playing unselfish, admitting the times he was selfish. He said in 2021, I didn't want to come off the field. But I had to learn that this is best. And what's best for the team. Oh, but boss, what else are you supposed to say? Really? Like y'all didn't see what Sean Lee said, y'all didn't see what Tyrone Crawford and Witten? Yeah, he could have been just as selfish as they was.
What do you think of the discussion and the debate about y'all playing time?
You know, I think everyone's got something to say. You know, but I mean, the professionals are in this building. It's easy to be a talking head and
it is
and say. I mean, even I catch myself doing it sometimes when I'm watching games just at home. You know, to my homeboys, I'm like, dang, I sound like one of them. But I mean, shoot, I mean, whatever it is, I'm do what I gotta do for this team.
Whatever it is, I'm gonna do what I gotta do for this team. He's selfish, boss. You love Zeke, boss. No, bro. It's none of that. It's none of that. It's just that I measured the Kool-Aid and I'm looking at the evidence and I don't realize a lot of people in our fan base, for good reasons, are afraid of the Boogie Man. That's just what it is. It's just what it is. We are afraid, but for good reasons. I'm not gonna take away from the reasons though, because it's too much history of politics for us not to look at it. It's too much history of progress stopping for us not to take that serious. It's too much. So for anybody that looks at it as a concern, I do understand. I do. But when I look closer and when I listen to what they said, because goddamn it, they said it all.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
Now, when they done said it all, and I'm still believing in the Boogie Man, fool me once, shame on you. But fool me twice, shame on me. Because now it's too much evidence. It's way too much evidence.
With his daughter is beautiful.
Hold on.
What's this relationship done for y'all personally and professionally? I mean, two alphas sacrificing for the good of the team. What's it done for you personally, Zeke?
I would say it definitely just made me, grow as a person, grow as a leader. It made me learn, sometimes, your role is gonna change. And I say like probably this was, the first time it happened in the league, and so just kind of, knowing that, your role may change, but you just gotta keep your head down and keep grinding.
Does that sound like a progress stopper to you? He said, what did y'all learn? He said, the number one thing that I learned from this relationship with Pollard is that sometimes your role go change. Does it sound like he trying to stop his progress? Or does it sound like he's accepted it? Sound like he accepted it. The snaps also said that he sounded like he accepted it. But see, listen to Pollard. Pollard go sound a little bit different. Listen, Pollard go sound. Listen.
What's it done for you, Tony, having this partnership?
I would say just knowing that everything may not go the way you want it to, but everything happens for a greater good. So I mean, I feel like it's kind of like a life lesson. Like sometimes when you feel like you should be doing something or you think you should be doing this or that, but at the end you're not, and then like it's all for the greater good. So just knowing that sometimes you have to put your ego and pride to the side for the big picture. So basically like that.
Ooh, see, I don't care what nobody say. Pollard, he was basically saying, I've been feeling like I should have been starting over you, Zeke. See, I know that young bull language when I hear it. That's young bull language right there. Sometimes when things don't go how you wanted it to go, you gotta understand that it works out for the big picture. What he's saying, this is what I'm hearing. I should have been playing way more than Zeke. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing, But see, remember, only one of them two had to truly carry the load. See, it's one thing to say, I believe I can. It's one thing to do it. See, Zeke, he's speaking again from hindsight of carrying the load. So he like, based on me doing the job that you want to do, Pollard, I'd rather share. But Pollard, because he haven't done the job yet of RB1, he like, I want more. He likely go get more too. I just hope this Cowboy Nation don't get Pollard broken. Because see, we all have went to the grocery store hungry and bought more than we can eat. How many of y'all done went to the grocery store hungry and you done bought up the whole damn store because you was hungry? Then you get home and you just eat a little bit of it and you realize that you bought way more than you wanted and needed. See, we need to be careful, man. Everybody wish for Zeke to be RB1, exclusive RB1. You better see, cause he don't know what that's like yet. So in his mind, yeah, when it don't feel like, life is going your way, you gotta yeah, Pollard, yeah. Well, if they give you 20, 30 snaps a game, we gonna see how you feel in December. We gonna see how that body feeling. And you ain't even built like Zeke. But I just learned, when things don't go your way, sometimes you gotta focus on Pollard. Say for real, bro. You coming off an ankle, bro. Go ahead and share that load, bro. Share that load. I'm keeping it real. Yeah. I'm afraid of Cowboy Nation. I'm so afraid of y'all. I'm so afraid. Cause I'm afraid that y'all want to be right so bad on not wanting Zeke that y'all gonna run Pollard out there, Deuce out there, Jones out there, really thinking they can run powerful like Zeke. Now, if you betting on more explosion and speed, yeah, you gonna probably see that. But I'm not over here drinking no kind of Kool-Aid like they have the physicality that Zeke brings, and that they're going to be the red zone threats that he is, and that they are the third and short backs that he is. I ain't believing it. I got to see it first. I ain't going to believe it just because I hope it happens. Nope, I need to see that.
Said everybody eats.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, have we settled on a nickname?
I'm not finna go into that. I'm almost finished. But I want y'all to listen to this. I'm gonna take a few calls. Here we go.
Y'all have almost balanced this thing perfectly.
Yeah.
All right. Best running back duo in Cowboys history. Go.
Cowboys history. You got so many good ones. I think even at one point you had Felix, Marion Barber, and DeMarco Murray all on the same team. So I probably have to say it has to be, or us.
Can we say
I think it's your interview. Yes, I think you can say y'all.
I think we could rock with ourselves.
Fact.
Why y'all?
Why not us?
Shoot. I think we bring it all. We bring it all. I think we both versatile. Different running styles, but in some way can do it all. And I like us.
Yeah.
Tony, you talk the way you run. You straight to the point.
Straight, yeah.
You hitting the hole and you gone. Like you ain't not a lot of words.
Them boys literally see themselves as the best back tandem in our franchise history. And we want to break that up. I'm going to say that again. Zeke and Pollard see themselves as the best back tandem in our franchise history. And there's a big group that wants to break that up. Wow. Wow. let me recap everything just briefly. I'm gonna do this quick too, then we gonna get right on the phones. From that interview, and because they said it all, and yes, they did say it all.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
I don't see progress stopper. I don't hear that at all. I hear character. That's what I hear. I hear maturity. Not just with Zeke, but with Zeke, Pollard, and Malik Davis. Malik Davis said, when I see Zeke messing up, I don't even approach Zeke. I go to Pollard because I know Pollard go likely get it across better than me. I just want my teammate better. This progress stopper Boogie Man, I'm be honest, he's just the Boogie Man. Elliott willing to share, that has clearly been addressed as well. Clearly. That is also just the Boogie Man. It is nothing real about that. Because Zeke said from this interview that in 2021, he struggled. He did. He said he struggled with the thought of sharing. He came around to it, to where he embraced it, because he said this prolongs my career, and Pollard earned it, gave him credit, and we wear down defenses, and we preserve our defense. Everything that he said was completely unselfish. It tells me Elliott is willing to share. So we saying Zach Martin said that Zeke embodies the identity of the Cowboys, both offense and defense, and we afraid of politics? No. Because see, all these, the first three, that interview and the evidence of how they used Zeke in 2002, it's not even just what they said in words, it's what they did on the field. Zeke, Pollard touches has been going up, Zeke touches have been going down. That tells me that not only the words express that Elliott was willing to share, the actions was too. So I think the first three thoughts have been all addressed. The first thing Pollard said as the top attribute of Zeke was unselfish. Selfless is what he said. We saw it all in this interview. Michael gave him a layup, a big one. Hey man, Zach Martin said this about you. He was like, cool. It take 11. Cool. I'm glad Zach said that about me, but nah, it take all of us. Then he gave him another layup. He said Jerry Jones said this team goes as you go. Did he brag on himself? Nope. He corrected his owner and said, actually, this team goes as the running game goes. And elaborated with more unselfishness and said, really, we just need to rest the defense. I just don't see it. I'm just being honest. Maybe I don't see it. Now, if they didn't do this interview, I would be like everybody else. I would be concerned about him being a progress stopper, especially given our history. I would be concerned that Elliott is not willing to share. I would be concerned because it's natural. Why? Because somebody that was my teammate in college wasn't willing to share a tip to me. So why would I think with millions of dollars on the line that they would do it? I wouldn't believe it if I didn't see the interview and I didn't look at the evidence of how they actually shared. I wouldn't. But
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
I'm so glad they said it all. See, that's the key, is they said it all. What they think about each other.
Here's what they think about. Here's what they think. Here's what they think about. 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 Here's what they think about.
When they was in London, they weren't no good without fucking ice.
Here's what they think about. Here's what they think about you. Here's what they think about. 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 Here's what they think about.
Goddamn, I'm glad y'all said it all.
I'm so glad they said it all, bro. Because now that gives me a clear conscience to fight for what makes the most sense. And I always wasn't for Zeke returning. I wasn't. Before the draft, I was like, it's too many good running backs in this draft that are power backs for we after the draft, though. It's a little bit different now. Just keeping it real. So then, washed up. We talked about that being a concern. This is why washed up shouldn't be a concern to anybody. Washed up shouldn't be a concern because if washed up is going to generate 850 to 70 yards and 12 touchdowns, I'm going to take washed up all day from a complimentary back. See, Coach Marv said something that hopefully people paid attention to because it was just smart. You know, Coach Marv, he just kind of sometimes got a way to make it come together. And he was like, if Zeke was really washed up, there's no way on a hurt knee he's going to give you 875 yards and 12 touchdowns. If you washed up and you have an injury, you fall all the way off a cliff. So if that's the worst Zeke is going to be, 875 yards and 12 touchdowns, I accept it. Let me say that again. If that's the worst you can be, if that's the worst, 875 yards and 12 touchdowns, I might be a little bit off on that yardage. With an OC not committed to running the ball. And when they ran the ball, they ran it goofy. Give me that washed up, please. So then let's deal with the economics. Because I'm trying to address all the concerns. And I think I'm being fair about this too. In my opinion, too many people are concerned about economics at the wrong time. Fans, I'm gonna say this. Fans concerned about economics with a contending team, I don't know how to say this, but I just don't see the wisdom in that. I was getting ready to call it goofy. But for anybody that's trying to save a couple of million on a salary cap, with a team that's 12-5, 2 years in a row, I don't get it. To me, that is just honest to God goofy. I don't know how to say it, but that's just goofy to me, bro. In an all-in year, that's not the time to be thinking cheap. Cheap ain't the way. Zeke want too much. Nah, bro. This is how I see it. If you disagree, that's fine. But when Zach Martin is saying a player embodies the identity of who we are, I want that dude back. I'm sorry. Is he maybe starting to lose a step? Maybe. But if we trying to go all in, I'm sorry. I want the guy back that embodies our identity. I don't want to experiment. I don't. I know some people are very comfortable and cool with experimenting. They can't wait to do it. They looking forward to Ronald Jones, Deuce. They looking forward to it. And that's cool. I want to see it too. But I tell you what, if they not showing me what Zeke was showing me in the power game, we got the phone lines open. So we taking calls, y'all. We got the call lines open. Y'all call on in to Boss Cowboy Sports. I want to get y'all thoughts on this particular topic because I'm probably not going to do any more Zeke shows. I think this is it. I ain't doing no more. I think after this, if I don't think I can make any more cases stronger than this one. I'm sorry. If you don't get it, if you're not seeing it now, I don't think I can. I really don't. But I am open to hear you out. I am, because if you making sense, I would get rid of this whole thought, because it's right to me. It's not. It's about what makes sense. So we got the call lines open. I ain't gonna wait too much longer. But if you wanna agree, call in. If you wanna disagree, call in. You know, if you don't, I'm in the show, and I'm gonna do it in about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there you go. I was serious too. I was gonna end this show. I was not playing. All right, here we go. Boss Cowboy Sports. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Boss Cowboy, what up? It's DP Johnson.
What's up, DP?
Oh, man, I missed a couple of your call-ins, though, but, you know, I had touching this when we talking about the homie Zeke.
Okay, let's go, DP.
All right. First off, I just want to touch on a couple points that you brought up with your content. Great job again, once again, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Zeke, definitely, I put in the chat, Dak and Zeke over the last 8 years, in my estimation, have proven to be two of the most humble NFL superstars of the past decade.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them came in being awarded and applauded, and you know, was pretty much given the keys to the city.
Mm-hmm.
But to a man, when you talk to their teammates, those are the two players that everybody says works the hardest and does the most for everybody. So I definitely applaud you for pointing that part out. I also want to point out to people, Ezekiel Elliott got drafted to a team that had two established 1,000-yard running backs. So stepping into the running back room humble, ready to learn, ready to share what he knows, that's all he knows in that locker room. It's a continuation. And if you listen to Zeke talk over the years, Zeke has always taught culture.
Yep. Always.
Zeke believes in it.
He's
always believed in the locker room being a brotherhood, and the next one doing something for him, for the guy next to him, so that they can all be better and make the team better as a whole. That's always been Zeke's mantra.
Always.
So that whole Boogie Man thing, like Zeke is not Jason Witt.
Nope.
He's just not. And so I applaud you again for that, bringing that one up. To me, though, boss, this is foolishness. I honestly think Stephen Jones accidentally did this good with the cap to put us in the position that we're in right now, and he really just doesn't know what to do with himself. Because it doesn't, at this point, make financial nor football sense to not bring back the best running back tandem in the league. That's stupid. Anybody that want to sit up and say that the man is washed because he got $875 on one leg, look around how many thousand-yard running backs we had in the league, period, this year. Okay? And this is a man who gave up 200 carries to somebody else. And y'all mad he got $875 on one leg? Like, people don't really make sense to me, bro, at all.
Hey,
You know, somebody in the chat wrote a comment about Zeke being slow. How do you judge a player who you know is injured and probably shouldn't be playing and say that's what he really is? Especially when that dude was producing twice the numbers a couple weeks earlier before he got injured. So he's showing you that not only am I durable enough and reliable enough to get out there and play when I'm hurt, but I'm still going to be productive. I'm still going to help lead this team. I'm not going to be a distraction while I do. What more do you want?
I don't know.
Y'all want to be with somebody that don't nobody know, who got a big head because I was the man somewhere else and expect him to fit into the locker room seamlessly? How?
Oh.
You know, I really just don't understand all these arguments. It's like people were so frustrated with him being overpaid for all these years. Now that we have the chance to get him at a reasonable price, for some reason your nose just won't turn down enough. You know what I mean? You got the snide face at it. Like this man ain't gave you blood, sweat, and tears for his whole career. Like this man didn't hobble around on one leg 2 years in a row leading your team in scoring. But, I mean, LeBron don't play like he did in Miami. Y'all don't get mad at him. What are we doing?
Ooh, man, DP, take it easy on my back. God, dog.
You can't handle the truth.
I'm just saying, bro. And you know what? Somebody, you had mentioned a question that they had asked, some of the best Cowboys backfield. I ain't mad at Zeke and Pollard feeling themselves a little bit there, man. But look here. Emmitt Smith, Moose Johnson, greatest backfield ever assembled. Folks forget Moose only outweighed by 10 pounds. That man gave every ounce he had on that field, which is the whole reason why Emmitt made a point to leave the field of play and go find his brother when he broke that record. That's the greatest backfield ever. Anybody tell me shit.
Facts.
Run it up.
But I appreciate you, boss. I just had to get some stuff off my chest. I wanted to say that a little bit. You know, in my estimation, we just playing a game right now. It makes no sense. The Zeke ain't on his team. The Dak's not extended. The Lamb ain't extended. The Diggs ain't extended. All of that, if those things don't happen before preseason games start, Stephen Jones failed this summer, and I'm out.
Another one.
Good call. Damn it. Good call. Man. All right, we got to take some more calls after that, man. Like, he done set the tone on these calls. Here we go. Boss Cowboy Sports.
What's going on, boss?
Coach Marv, I knew you was going to get up in here. What you got?
Man, I caught you late, man. I've been struggling with this, with some problems, man. But I did a super chat on your on the Final Word show, man, which was a great show, man. A very real good show, man. It seems like the Cowboys in the infrastructure of media is really tuned into the ideas and the stuff that y'all are putting out there, and that's a great thing. And a lot of that stuff is going to start getting inside the building. And I think the Zeke thing is going to get inside the building. You know, when we talk about egos, I said in Super Chat yesterday, I remember Bo Jackson came in and Marcus Allen was a Super Bowl MVP running back.
Mm-hmm.
But he can block, but he did what he can do to win football games.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same way Zeke is, because it was going to be a time when Marcus was going to make some great plays, which he did when Bo was there. And it's going to be a time that Zeke is going to make some great plays if he's on the team. And listen, I know Zeke knows about the young blood. He really likes Tony Pollard, and he understands it's Tony Pollard time.
Yep.
And he understands Tony Pollard is going to be the guy that's going to make the money now, because Zeke done made a lot of money. Tony Pollard ain't made a lot of money, and Zeke understands that. But he knows that their 1-2 punch is paramount for them to be successful together, and that and with a new dedication to the running the ball in a better manner and a more constructive manner, with a run coordinator, a couple of run coordinators, a running backs coach now who's a former offensive lineman that's going to give them a new aspect of running the ball with the blocking and knowing where to get things, which is a very good thing. Tony Pollard mentioned that in his interview, the different aspects he's given from the offensive line point of view that's helping them in finding the holes and finding out how to be patient with the run. All those things will fit Zeke in the best light, and he's gonna give you a whole lot of other stuff and other just running the ball. He's gonna give you those key blocks. He's gonna give you that know-how, that spirit, that fight, that mentality that these guys need to get to where they need to get to. So yes, if the money is right, what are we talking about? I said this when we cut Zeke, that it's gonna be hard to replace a guy of that nature. But it's crazy now that we talking about carries and all this stuff. When we cut him, we were like, well, let him go. But you're gonna find that you need a guy like that, and it's all about, can they work something out? But I know Zeke knows this team got a chance to win a Super Bowl. And I think when you be with a team all your career, and Dak is your best friend, you want to be on that stage with them. And if it's a 1-year deal, we'll worry about what's going to happen, the next year. But if we can win a Super Bowl, that's going to put Zeke into a level of Cowboy nature where he'll never stop making money from Dallas. So it's all about if they gonna pull the trigger or not. But they got to handle these other, as your caller just said, they got to handle these other guys. Yeah. Right now, because these guys are the future. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. And we talked about this. Diggs has got to be first. I know a lot of people say, well, Dak is there. Dak is there to free up the money for the other, but he's not. If you sign Diggs to extension, I want Cowboy fans to understand that if you sign to extension, that money would start on next year's cap. Right now, you're just trying to secure it for where it'll start on next year's cap, because your extension starts after your last year of your contract, but it'll be guaranteed. But he will get that would start on next year's cap. Same thing if they did Lamb, that would start after his cap is over with, his contract is over with. So, get those guys first, and then you can say, okay, we can do that to free up the money to cover their guys when they start hitting next year cap. So you need to get Diggs done, and they need to get Diggs and Steele done as soon as possible. That should be your first two guys, and because Steele's contract will start this year, because it won't be an extension. They'll probably start his contract this year. They'll go ahead and sign him this year. But Diggs' contract will, if they do an extension, it will start his big cap numbers will start. His new contract will start after next year. But he'll be locked in, and he'll have guaranteed money. But it won't start looking to the cap to next year. So you need to go ahead and do that. They just got to write the check, boss. It's very simple. If they want to do it, they just got to write the check. Yeah. That's all they got to do. If they really want this to happen, they got to dig into that $5 billion company and write some checks about 20, about $30-some million, probably about $35 million worth of signing bonus money for Diggs and Steele, combined, or how they want to work it, so it can spread out well on the cap, upfront money, and it can happen, but it ain't gonna happen no other way other than bonus money, because the cap here to be too high if you try to sign these guys at their deals and not giving nothing up front.
Right on. Yeah, Coach. Yeah, and I ain't really worried about them contracts, because for the most part, we do sign our guys. I think it's gonna play out, even if it's sloppy and goofy.
And they're good guys. These two guys are good guys. They don't say nothing. They just work hard.
Yeah.
So I think the Cowboys
they go get it done.
Yeah.
They'll
get it done. I think
they just gotta make it. They gotta always make everything reality TV. You know how I go. This is
you gotta make it. It gotta make it front page news.
They got to.
Always say the start, man.
They got
to. Talked about relentlessly.
Yep.
And intelligently make a news too.
They make too much money off publicity to not play with it. They go play with that. But appreciate the call, Coach.
Yeah. And I want to say, right quick, boss, man. I know I always give you flowers, man, but man, your shows and your things that you're coming up with, man, and you see people now clamoring to come talk to you. It's not even have to ask twice when people want to come talk to you. So now when you make these special shows and stuff, remember now when you put your thought into these special shows like what you're doing with Zeke, now when you do this, you're really sending out a direct message about some inner working. So that's where you really getting your word across now. Just like when you said you were going to do this show about Zeke, I can guarantee you the guy you had on the show yesterday, he's watching today. And I salute him, and I salute all the people that's coming on your show.
Yeah, Kevin Gray.
Pushing, brother.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, Coach.
All right, brother.
I'm going to call my boy Keystone, because he asked me to call. He never does that, so I know he got something to say. I want to hear from this. He never asked me to call, so let me just calling you now, Key. Calling you on your personal number.
Hello?
What's up, Key?
Hey, what's going on, fam? How everybody feeling? What's up, chat?
Hey, did I touch your heart or something, bro? Did this particular show do something to your spirit? Like,
it hit me. It hit me like a ton of bricks.
I knew it. All right, talk to me. What's on your mind?
Yeah, because when I was scared, because I even posted on Twitter myself, as you know how we like to talk about all of these red zone threats with the wide receivers and the tight ends. I don't hear nobody talk about a red zone threat at the running back, and we got one available right now, and that's Ezekiel Elliott.
Right.
Why aren't we making any moves to even try to bring him back? Now, everybody can say, yeah, he can't run like he used to no more. He ain't the same anymore. He declined. I'm hearing this from these Cowboys fans on Twitter, but when you talk productivity, all three of these backs that's in Dallas right now added up still is not going to match to Ezekiel Elliott. Ooh. And y'all really think those boys is it? Okay, we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And I know you want to be wrong on that too. I want to be wrong on that. I want to be wrong, but
I do want to be wrong, but from what I'm seeing, productive wise,
I don't see it.
We can't be wrong. Can't be wrong. And Tony, man, I hope you chiseled that body up. I hope you put some muscle on it. Because, man, you got some big shoes to fill and you got paid. Yeah, you're running the ball, buddy. Don't think you're not.
Hey,
You're running that rock.
I got a prediction. This is going to be the year that the Cowboy Nation turn on Pollard. This going to be the year. They going to turn on Pollard this year.
It won't surprise every player that got paid, the Cowboys turn on him.
Right. That's my point right there. Yep.
It's obvious.
Yep. This is going to be the year that they turn on. Yep.
Yeah, it don't surprise me. We going to see what it is. We going to see
they putting RB1 pressure on him coming off an ankle that he had late.
Yes.
Zeke already said in that interview, I was cool with them 90% reps, but I used to feel it in December. and gender. And he's always had a better frame. I ain't talking about height and weight. I'm talking about your build. Your build. He's always had a better build than Pollard. Always. So y'all getting ready to throw RB1 responsibilities off somebody
on an RB2 or RB3 frame.
Yes. Okay. I hope it works.
Okay.
Good luck.
I hope it do too. Good luck. Please let me eat Crow. I wouldn't mind it.
Boy, I would. Feed me, Crow. Feed me.
Zeke, yeah.
I do a show. Boss Crow. Boss
Keystone,
Ada.
Boston Keystone Crow. But you know what's silly? Know what's silly about that throughout the years? When Pollard was a rookie, he should have been. We could have really conserved Zeke's body instead of wearing it down. We could have got Pollard. That could have been the 1-2 punch for the last several years. Zeke could have had a lot less carries on his body within those several years when Pollard was in the league. They waited till his last 2 years to get him involved. From the get-go, he should have been more involved with that offense. So I could feel where Pollard coming from, like I should have been getting reps. That's what hit me. I said, yeah, you should have got your reps. You should have had that when you was a rookie.
Yeah. And see, Zeke, I understand where Zeke coming from. Because he said when he first got here, it makes sense. Because he was like, they used to be like, get you a quick break, get on out there. So they programmed him to be like, it's on me. They was saying, what was they saying when it was him and Dak? He was saying Zeke was the straw who stirs the drink, not even Dak. So everybody telling you,
professional analysts was saying
that. Yeah, everybody was saying this Zeke team. So how do you have somebody going 110 miles an hour and then say slow down to 60? Nah, bro.
Nah, it don't work like that.
Yeah, he had to, like he said, he had to hit a switch in his head. And once he hit that switch, he was like, okay, I'm going to do less. And he said, I like it this way because I want to feel ready in December. Just, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he tired.
Yeah, beat up.
He's tired. You drugged him since the moment he stepped on the football field. All that wear and tear. We knew it was going to happen. But for him to go like that for about, 7 years to be exact, if I'm not mistaken, 7 years of that though.
It's a miracle.
Come on, man. You gotta put some respect on that man's name.
Yeah,
yes.
He built.
He's football bred.
Yeah, he football bred. Like, you ain't supposed to do that, dog. You ain't supposed to get as many carries as he's got and still only miss 2 games in 7 years?
Yeah.
Bro. Say, bro, that dude is built in a laboratory. And
Lord,
it's his head. His head is so big.
Big.
I saw him do an interview and he said when he was 6, they had to give him the helmet of a 13-year-old.
Wow. And by you not having Zeke on his team, him having 12 touchdowns in the red zone last year, you're deducting points off the scoreboard already before the season even started.
Yep.
You're deducting points.
Yep.
Which makes no sense.
Especially if you're saying you're trying to lean on that defense. If you're trying to lean on that defense, you want somebody who specializes in red zone points.
And I can also specialize in time of possession, all because of his body. Not to say that he's wear and tear, but he's going to also make defenses wear and tear. Now, I get everybody's going to say the knee. Everybody's going to say Zeke is. Tell you the truth, I'm at that point. I really don't even care about that anymore.
Me neither.
I really don't care.
Me neither.
Because that man gave me productivity with one leg.
Exactly.
He gave me nothing but productivity and still was pass blocking for his quarterback.
Right.
Made him one of the top QBs in the blitz.
Right. If Washed Up is giving you 875 yards and 12 touchdowns, give me that Washed Up player every year.
I'll take that any given day.
So, Key, let me take these super chats, big dog. Man, I appreciate the call. You killed it.
No doubt. Salute. We'll get back.
Yeah, we gonna definitely do this again. OG.
Let's get it.
All right, so here we go. Hold on real quick. Let me go. Oh, man. Ah, damn. I thought Okay, I only see one super chatter. He said, "You've been proving facts, Boss Cowboy. DC for life. Let's freaking go." Man, that's the only super chat I see. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I was storing them. I didn't. I'm sorry, y'all. I done. All y'all super chats is gone. I apologize. I was storing them away because I wanted to address them at the end. I'm gonna get better at this, y'all. Y'all just give me some time to really just get my production game a little bit better. I'm still flying these planes solo, and it's not easy, to kind of do content, keep up with the super chats, keep up with the chats, keep up with the production, keep up with what you're saying, entertain. It's a lot that we juggle. So, real quick, let me take this call. Boss Cowboy Sports.
Big homie, what's good, man?
What's good, Amp? Give me 1 second, bro. Give me 1 second. I just want to kind of tell everybody something real quick.
No doubt.
Make sure also, everybody that's in here, whether you agreed or disagreed, hit that like, show some love for what we doing at this channel, because I'm really doing my best to try to address the concerns with answers. I'm not trying to give you fluff and bubblegum and bullcrap. We trying to give you the truth.
You want answers? You can't handle the truth.
So, yeah, the best way to help us, the best way is to continue to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to the channel and share the content. Because like Coach Marv said, it's already evident that, we have the ear to a lot of the Dallas Cowboys, insiders and all kind of stuff. Coach Marv is right. That's why we not having any trouble booking some of the best in the game, because people already know. Kevin Gray said it yesterday. He said it loud and clear. He said that the underground content creators is what's driving the content. So continue to support this, because another thing that he said is that we can say what they can't say. So if you like us being able to speak our mind, continue to support what we're doing over here with the likes, some simple stuff. Sometimes it's the super chats and stuff like that. But go ahead, Amp. We got you now, big dog. What's on your mind?
First and foremost, didn't get to watch the Kevin Gray show last night live, but I just want to wish all the fathers again on yesterday. For yesterday, happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
We got some good men in Cowboy Nation, some real stand-up guys. So I want to salute and applaud everybody.
Thank you.
Bro, the Dallas Cowboys are playing a very dangerous game. Before I say what I'm about to say, I'm going to put a disclaimer out here.
Listening.
I'm taking this line from a fellow Cowboys fan, Charlemagne the God. But black men do not cheat, okay?
Good.
The dangerous game that the Cowboys are playing. If you look over the last couple of years, traditionally, in free agency, we never make a big splash early, right? We did that this year. As soon as free agency opened, we was bringing Gilmore into the building, right? 2 days later, we dropped Zeke. Less than a week after that, we bring in Ronald Jones. The dangerous game I'm referring to is, call it petty or whatever you want, but I believe the Dallas Cowboys are attempting to make Ezekiel Elliott jealous. It came to me a little too quickly.
Okay.
You picked up somebody. Because normally, acquisitions like that usually comes later. To me, it just seems like it was all a part of the plan. Yeah, we're going to drop Zeke and we're going to bring this other, this new hot cutie pie in here. But the dangerous game that we're playing is, again, I gave the disclaimer, black men don't cheat, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you are two things. If you're going to divorce your lady and move on to another one, or if you're going to step out on your relationship, you step up. You don't step down. So we out here flirting and flaunting this new lady. Meanwhile, our old thing is sitting comfortably, still whispering sweet nothings in our ear, practicing with us, running drills with us. Yeah, Zeke still got the keys. Zeke still got access. Yes, he does. But we are playing with fire because this could blow up in our face. And I think it would be a crime to let Ezekiel Elliott walk out the door. You know, we playing this jealousy game with Ronald Jones, and then, yeah, we got the new flashy, shifty, Team Son and Deuce Vaughn, which, I believe he'll be able to be productive. Obviously he ain't gonna tote the rock like Zeke did. He ain't even gonna tote the rock like Pollard does. But to Keystone's point, you brought all of these guys in, but collectively they still will not be able to hold the candle to Ezekiel Elliott. And what could happen is, by us flirting with this fresh meat, if you will, it could possibly backfire and could put Ezekiel Elliott to another team and could push him to a contender, because we have heard that he is looking to win. And it is known that he's even turned down some deals already because he's being selective. So if he's being selective, that means that he still has options. Cowboy Nation, please don't let this blow up in our face. That's all I got, boss. Y'all hold it down.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Good call, Lamp. All right, so, man, I appreciate everybody for rocking with us today. Real quick, I just want to kind of talk about a couple of things. Obviously, we have some good momentum. It started with Brown Brothers, but it picked up real quick where we also had Michael Gilkin. And then shortly after that, we had Aisha and DMV, and then Kevin Gray and Tuck. All right. And we had Tuck with Brothers, so I didn't mean to leave the homie out, but yeah. But it's going to continue starting tomorrow. All right. We have Cal Yeoman coming in. That's going to be fire. He is definitely the future of the Dallas Cowboys. He is definitely working his way up. He's very humble person. Always been a friend of the content creators. Always. Day one. Very good guy. So I'm excited to talk some ball with him tomorrow with the final word. That's going to obviously be dope. But then we also have Wednesday coming up, a super show, another one with Clarence Hill. Okay. And Rome from Cowboys Fan Talk. So obviously that's going to be dope as well. And then it keeps getting crazier. On the 27th, put this on your calendar. We got the homie coming through.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
Special guest to the final word.
Vogt Lombardi.
It's gonna be
the final word.
Special guest to the final word.
And then we have the day after that, Mr. Skywalker still himself with A to Z Sports. So obviously that's gonna be crazy because he already got chemistry with Law. He has chemistry with Big Game James, and we've done a draft show together for hours. So like, and he can be Batman. He know how to be Robin. He know how to rock both ways. He can be the lead man. He can be the, he's adaptable. So just prepare for some good, quality talk, because that's high level guys coming in. We also have we locking down. We already got a commit from RJ. We just need to put a date down, but he's coming too. He's coming too with blogging and the boys, and that's gonna be extremely dope as well. And we still not finished, and I haven't named everybody that's coming. We still got a lot more that's coming. We not done. We also have Jess coming. So new media is doing their thing, and it's not just obviously the Final Word crew. It's everybody. Obviously what's going on with Landlord, West Coast, and Henny, they doing a great job of booking guys. You seeing a lot of books come up, in quality content from Sky in the Morning, and obviously from Law, and just so many people. Everybody in the new media is just doing a great job of closing the gap and showing that honestly we don't take a back seat to anybody. We more so complement each other. I depend on them, they depend on us, we depend on each other. And just to see what's happened over the years with the content creators, just closing a circle, it's just honestly amazing. It's honestly fun. So y'all, listen, y'all, we're gonna continue to drive content. We're gonna continue to drive. There's no days off. There's no slow periods unless you make it slow. It's nothing slow unless we make it slow. And the people of this community, we not slowing down. We don't want y'all to slow down. We don't want you to slow down with your ideas. We don't want you to slow down with your support. Obviously, everybody gonna have to take some kind of break, me included. Me included. But it ain't now. It is not now. So continue to support everybody. Everybody, and I literally mean that. Every one of us. Don't pick and choose. Don't pick and choose. Follow everybody, because we all are in this together. We all make a difference together. All the executives that's in the chat. So y'all stay up, man. It's your boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter, and y'all stay up and just continue to like, share, and subscribe, because we gonna give it to you. Peace. Another one. Come on now. You already know.
Another one.
Run it up.
Run it up, run it up.
Let's get it.
Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matters.
Executives, let me know if y'all ain't switching up. That's what I need to know.
If we locked in, then no switching up.
Who locked in? Who go get they daily bread of content? I want to know who locked in or who taking a break. Who locked in?
If we locked in, then no switching up.
Huh. Because y'all already know we speaking our mind.
Bring it real back. He just speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
Let's go.
Boss Cowboy Sports.
Another one.
Let's go.
Shout out Sean.